Hello everybody, I'm Garen, and we're getting back into Final Fantasy XIV. Uh, where we left off, if I remember right, um, we went through all the grand companies and their remembrance or their memorial services, uh, and I chose the Immortal Flames as my grand company. I didn't really like what Raban was talking about, but I did it for logistics. The general idea, in case anybody's wondering, is when you unlock the Gold Saucer, traveling to the Gold Saucer via airship is free, and traveling from the Gold Saucer to Ul'dah via airship is free. So basically, from anywhere you can get to Ul'dah for free, which is why I chose to try to make that as much my home as possible, because I'm cheap, even though I have a million some odd gil here. Um, to be fair, the million part was handed to me when I reached level 30 on my gladiator. So, yeah. I don't know. Anyway, I where we left off is uh, we saved Wedge and Biggs from the Garleans. Um, so we're gonna go after looks like Sylph management. We're gonna go check out the Sylphs and Gridania. I'm gonna try to go get my Chocobo first, though. I've got that unlocked, and I think I have the seals for it. Yes, I do have the seals for it. You can't see that. Here, let me. Yeah. There. Now you can see it. I've got the seals for it. So yeah, I'll pick up this quest, stop off in uh, Ul'dah to get my Chocobo uh, license, then show it to Mimigun, uh, who I think is right outside the Adventurers Guild, if I remember right. And then off to Gridania to deal with the Sylphs. Is our plan of action? Let's go. Amphilia needs you to investigate the Sylphs. I thought Ida and Papalimo were in charge of that stuff.
Now, having set aside the formalities,
Oops.
we have a favor to ask of you. Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldessian?
Urianger.
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
We have conducted a study at the behest of the Order of the Twin Adder. Papalimo, Ida, a synopsis if you would.
Our task was to survey the behavior of the Sylphs, a beast tribe indigenous to the Twelveswood.
Oh, how to describe them. They look like gisselcreens, floating ones, that worship the primal Ramu.
Ahem. Though technically a beast tribe, Sylphs are blessed with a comparatively personable demeanor, conducive to peaceful communication.
Offering us an invaluable opportunity to learn what the beast tribes know of the primals.
While Ramu's existence is well documented, the Sylphs do not, or perhaps cannot, summon the primal any longer, insofar as can be ascertained. Until such time as we know, it would be unwise to assume that the threat posed by the primal has passed.
Which leaves Gridania with the added worry of not knowing what they should be worrying about.
In that regard, they are hardly alone. What we can say with absolute certainty is that Gridania has its hands full fending off Garuda, who, I need hardly remind you, is among the most savage and terrible of all known primals.
In short, it is essential that we approach the Sylphs in as diplomatic a manner as possible. Words and actions can be misconstrued. The only sure way to communicate our intentions is the echo.
Ah, that's why I have to join them.
Winning the Sylphs' favor may well bring us a step closer to mitigating the threat of the primals. Will you help us?
Sure will.
I am grateful.
Lovely. Well, as much as I'd like to help, I'm afraid I would be of little use to anyone in Gridania. A veritable babe in the woods. Ida and Papalimo, however, should be able to see the forest for the trees. Is that not so, Minfilia?
Indeed. You are willing?
Leave it to me.
Us, Ida, us!
Yeah, Ida. You're a team. Urianger. Something like that. Trying to remember that guy's name. Trying to keep it, or memorize that guy's name. Trying to keep it in the forefront of my mind. Alright. Bye, Tataru. Okay, let's get my Chocobo license. It's from you, right? Claim Chocobo issuance. Got it. Now off to get my Chocobo. Want a bird issued, you say? I'll need to see your flame Chocobo issuance. I thought it'd be a key item. Yes, everything appears to be in order. A moment, please. I'll be right back with your Chocobo. And here he is. The fellow has been in high spirits the past few bells. He must have sensed that his master was coming. Now then, to make it official, you'll want to give your noble steed a name. Oh no. Queh. Okay. What do I want to name my Chocobo? What? Name your Chocobo. Let's go with Cruzo, if it lets me. Cuzo. Queh. Hi, Cuzo. I dare say he likes his name. Here is your very own Chocobo whistle. Simply blow into it, and your feathered friend will come bounding to your side. But do forgive him if he doesn't respond when summoned in a crowded city areas or monster-infested lairs. Chocobos are stout-hearted creatures, but they have their limits. And lastly, I present you with your Chocobo rider's license, as is required by law. And that concludes all the formalities. I wish you and your Chocobo long years of fulfilling companionship. Thank you. Personal Chocobo. You can use a Chocobo whistle to acquire the action to summon your personal Chocobo. Unlike rental Chocobos, there is no time limit regulating how long you may remain on a Chocoback. Remember, however, there are areas such as highly populated cities and narrow dungeons that your Chocobo will refuse to enter. The action to summon your Chocobo can be set to your hotbar and is located within your mount guide, found under Character in the main menu. Chocobo armor or barding can be equipped via the companion interface situated in the Character section of the main menu. Cool. So I need to use it first. You can now summon the company Chocobo mount. Cool. Mount guide. Now that should work. But I have all these guys to choose from. So I can favorite them, so my mount roulette will only do ones I want. Grani is one of my favorites. I use him on another character all the time. I don't even use the roulette, I just straight use him. Alright, anyway, let's go to the Adder's Nest. Or maybe I should pick up my Gladiator quest. I'm gonna pick up my Gladiator quest. I know my armor's like half the level of it, but you know, I like living on the edge. Hi Mila, long time no see. Mostly because I was listening to a bunch of leaders talk about how great their contributions to Cartano was. Anyway, First Sword Mila is extremely upset due to a recent turn of events. Damn it all to the 7th hell. This is madness. What's madness? It's Aldis. He's been arrested by the Brass Blades. They claim he was plotting to assassinate the Sultana. This is utter nonsense. He has no motive to do so, and whatever I've said about the man, he would never resort to using poison. The Alacron must be behind this. They have failed to kill him time and again, and now they're reaching out to their monetarist allies. I didn't want to believe Wyman when he said they had such influence, but wait, that's it. If anyone can help us unravel this plot, it's Wyman. He has a reputation for knowing things he shouldn't, after all. Find Wyman and see what he can tell us. Aldis is many things, but he is not a murderer. So you're telling me all the Alacron people that we killed together are still alive? Question mark? I can just walk there. Means I need to go the other way. Assuming he's where he usually is. We'll find out. Wyman! What do you know about the Alacron framing Aldis for murder? Attempted murder. I'm assuming the murder didn't actually happen. I was wondering when you'd come along, Sienna. Frankly, I'm surprised Aldis went so quietly. You ought to know there's no walking away from this. Ooh, that's tough. Because I want to know what happened. But I also want, like, this is more the leave the past in the past and don't stick my nose in other people's business answer. But I really want to know. Okay, why would Aldis surrender himself? You really don't know, do you? Best I start at the beginning then. Am I getting the same story either one I say. Aldis is something of an enigma. He and Leavold were two of the greatest gladiators ever to grace the blood sands, but he threw all that hard-fought glory away for a few guild more. See, the average Uldan loves a good Colosseum fight, and what better way to make a gladiatorial spectacle more entertaining than wagering on the outcome? Excuse me. So when it got out that Aldis was orchestrating a match-fixing scheme of untold proportions, well, you can imagine the shock and anger people felt. He was expelled from the Colosseum, and his wins were stricken from the record. Your guildmaster Mila got the worst of it, though. Not only was her friend exposed as a fraud, but around the same time, her father fell ill and passed away. There were some oddities surrounding his death, too. It was rumored he took his own life out of shame for his disgraced pupil, or that he might have even been murdered by the man. Baseless conjecture, really, but it made Aldis look that much worse. In the end, Mila lost two of the most important men in her life and was forced to take charge of the guild alone. And Leavold, he tried to go it solo on the blood sands, but it wasn't the same. Without Aldis, his career was finished. Now you know the nature of the man you so desperately want to save. Though judging from that look in your eyes, I gather you still have your reservations. Fine then. Though you can't blame me for doubting a man found in possession of Rogler's bile. Just a vile poison, rare and expensive too. Only the Corpse Brigade knows how to make it, I hear. Gods only know why they give it to Aldis. Could go to their headquarters at the Sepulchre? In southern Thanalan and ask them direct, I reckon. But I've an aversion to direct confrontation, personally. But you don't, do you? By the by, should you save that poor bastard's life, tell him we're even, and I hope it was all worth it. Radio. To southern Thanalan, then. Alright. Alright. You first. Alright. Won't bother with anyone we don't have to kill just because that just takes extra time. Isn't like that time I decided to take out that entire camp of, I forgot what they were called. You know, over in Central Thanalan. Oh, that doesn't do very much damage. There. I see some shiny. We'll be sneaky. Oh. Well. That's just a little unfortunate. Don't see me, Knuckle Dancer. I don't know how you don't. You literally just looked right at me. But... Ooh. Okay. Cool. Alright, now where to? I'll just follow the wall. And in here I go. Yeah, you're probably gonna see me, so we'll just preemptively deal with you. Oh, you and your paralysis. You all come this way. Oh, he died before I could wear the gig. That was a waste. That's fine though. That button didn't work the first time I pressed it. I was just standing there like, going the la-di-da-di-da. Alright. So we go back to Myla, I guess. Myla! I went to a place in southern Thanaland and found some stuff. I don't know if it helps or hurts, but here it is. Where have you been, Sienna? Aldis has been given over into the custody of the Sacrarium. They mean to execute him. We must do something. Wait, what does it say? Details of dealings made between the Alucron and the Corpse Brigade for purchase of a deadly poison known as the Rauger's Bile. And then here's the actual stuff. This poison, is it... You've proof that the Alucron purchased it from the Corpse Brigade. Thank the gods, you've done it. Quickly, we must show this to the official presiding over his execution at the High Bridge. Go now. High Bridge. That's in eastern Thanaland, so it tells me. Alright, that's where we're going. This bridge is the High Bridge. Well, it certainly is pretty high up. Can't even see the bottom from here. Eh. Too misty. Alright, where do I go? I'll get off my griffin. Down this way? Yes? No. Here's a way down. And it is the way down. Order of the Now Thou Priest. The Sacrarium has sentenced you to death for your crimes against the Sultanate. Have you any last... Huh? Who are you? What do you want? I have evidence of his innocence. That's a receipt for the Alucron buying this poison. Level sync 34. I am level 34. Nailed it. These are bold accusations you make, adventurer. However, the Sacrarium has found the prisoner guilty in the eyes of gods and men, and he will be executed forthwith. Don't waste your breath, Sienna. Thal's scales have always yielded to wealth above all, and Leavold spent a fortune to secure my sentence. Silence, criminal. And you, what are you waiting for? Do it. Where did that? Aldis! Just couldn't stay away, could you? Well, at least I don't have to steal the headman's axe. If the gods are to have blood this day, I'm afraid it won't be mine. Since you two are so devout, perhaps you'll be willing to offer yourselves in exchange? Mercy! Hey look, Alacron. Interfering with the law is a heinous crime. In fact, I believe it is punishable by death. Are you the law? I don't believe you are. I had a feeling the spectacle would draw you near. I should have dealt with you myself from the start. Come, let's dance, brother. So it's to be a rematch. Very well, I accept. Lila and the others need you, Sienna. Leave him to me. Are you sure? 'Cause I really want to stab him. He's been a pain in my ass. Oh, you. Start with you, I guess. And then you. Where'd I go? You again. And you. Oh, I can use my third bit in my combo. I didn't even think about it. Did somebody just jump down? What's going on? Where did you guys come from? Okay. Who's in need of dying? You all seem like good candidates to be dead. Okay. I suppose I can use my skills, eh? Okay, let's finish you guys off. Oh. There's a weird void sent golem thing. Ogre, rather. Oh, I still that. Bad. Okay. Well, my plan still stands. We'll get rid of these guys. Okay. Okay. We did it. It was kind of a clusterfuck at the end. Aldis! Aldis! Where'd that sword go? I want that sword. I want that shield. That's a sweet shield. You almost had me, Leavold. Stay back. I won't have your pity. You just had to have it all, didn't you? Just one victory, just one bloody match. But your precious ego couldn't accept that. You ruined everything. Tell me, Aldis, how does it feel to lose your name, your legacy, everything you ever loved? I want to know how much you suffered. Let it go, Leavold. It's over. Where you going there? Like hell's it is. I swear you will never know peace. Not in this life, nor the next. Leavold, no! Aw, I don't get the sword or the shield. You know damn well neither of us will see Thal's realm. Let's go. Our comrades are waiting. Where are we riding back? Drought Chocobo? Alright, Mila. So Leavold threw himself off the bridge, as you saw, and he took his sword and shield with him. Are you gonna give me a sweet sword and shield as reward here? I'm glad you were there, Sienna. Without you, I doubt we could have defeated the Alacron. Have you ever considered the Colosseum? You'd make a wonderful attraction. Of course, you'd need a title that befits your prowess. Now that it's all over, you'll be staying, won't you? No, Leavold may be dead, but the Alacron are far from finished. I'd rather not linger and give them a chance to regroup and seek revenge. It is a true tragedy that I cannot enjoy the company of Uldah's lovely ladies any longer, but I have faith that equally radiant beauties await me in the distant lands. Aldis, Not another word, my dear. It's bad enough that the First Sword has permitted a disgraced gladiator to fraternize with her subordinates. Can you imagine the scandal if she became personally involved with the man? Nevertheless, I understand how you feel, Mila. I'm known to have this effect on the fairer sex. I should have let the headman have his way with you. That way you might learn something of humility. Ah, but how am I supposed to remember the lesson without a head? Good point, bro. Your father would be proud of you, Mila. Don't ever change. Ah, yes. There's one more thing I wanted to say to you before I go, Sienna. 7 years ago, before my last match on the Blood Sands, I was given an offer. The Sultan's ransom in exchange for a loss. Leavold begged and pleaded, but I just couldn't do it. Call it honor or pride or whatever you like. I made my choice, and in spite all that came of it, to this day I have no regrets. It is a simple thing to know what's right. Listen to that heart of yours, and it will never lead you astray. Trust in your comrades, have faith in your skills, and you will triumph over any adversity. And with that, I bid you all farewell. Bye, Aldis. I'd better not have to wait 7 years to see that bastard again. There's still so much I want to. What in the seven hells are you all looking at? This is a training hall. Why aren't you all training right now? You think all it takes to stand on the blood sand is a sword and a stupid grin? No, it takes years of hard work, an ocean of blood and sweat, and an unbreakable will. Every man and woman here has the potential to become a champion, but it is you, and you alone, who decides your destiny. Cool. Glad I'm wearing the exact same gear as the rest of you. I just noticed that. So answer me now, gladiators. Will you follow in the footsteps of your brothers and sisters and inscribe your names in legend? Aye. Cool. What do we got here? Those aren't cool at all. I did it. I'm level 35 now. My feisty little Chocobo is in Camp Tranquil. I don't want to teleport there. I was just clicking to see. I don't know. Anyway. Let's go to the Adder's Nest, I guess. Or the Black Shroud, at least. Woodweller, save me. My feisty little Chocobo. That's you. The set appears to have caught a scent of something. Is that the unmistakable smell of Chocobo clings to you, adventurer? Would I be correct in assuming you have your own trusty steed? Aye, I thought so. Now tell me, is your bird battle trained? If not, you might consider seeking the advice of Luquilot over at Betbranch Meadows. The Ishgardian native is something of a prodigy in all matters concerning our fine-feathered friends. He should be able to help you gain greater affinity with your bird. Thanks. In Luquilot, I heard you could teach me how to fight with my bird. Greetings, adventurer. Is there something you need? You wish to have your Chocobo trained in combat? This is no small request you make. Riding your bird is one thing. Asking it to take herds in your name is quite another. It will help you train your Chocobo, but on the promise that you will never unduly expose it to danger. Do I have your word? Very well. To begin, we will need a bunch of Gissel greens. You have my leave to pick one from the fields yonder. Return here when you have it. Ooh, do I get to choose? Which one looks best? They all look the same. We'll go with you. Have you acquired the greens? Sure have. Superb. Then we shall get straight to it. Doubtless you already know this, but chocobos are highly fond of gisel greens. They love the leafy vegetable so much, in fact, that they will completely forget their fears in the face of danger. Thus, by feeding your bird the greens, you can prevail upon it to fight beside you. And then, once called, it will be up to you to direct its action as you see fit. You will find that your chocobo innately responds to a number of general commands. Give your bird an order, and it will act accordingly and to the best of its ability. This simple yet effective methodology was developed by the Four-Tempt family, one of the foremost houses in Ishgard. And that concludes your lesson. Of course, it is not enough to merely hear about a practice. One must venture forth and attempt it oneself. Summon your chocobo with a bunch of gisel greens, and together make your way to Sorrel Haven. The broods that prowl the area ought to be a suitable challenge for you and your companion. Put down 3 of them and return here. And lastly, by way of advice, I would recommend you keep an ample supply of gisel greens on your person at all times. Our resident vendor will be able to provide you with as many as you can carry. Companions are now available. Fighting with Chocobo. In addition to riding him, you can also summon your Chocobo to fight alongside you. To do so, you will first require a bunch of gisel greens. This Chocobo favorite can be purchased in stores. To summon your Chocobo, simply use the greens. Chocobos gain experience points and grow just as you do in combat, but they can only fight in the same places in which they can be ridden. When traveling the world alone, your feathered companion may turn the tide when fighting enemies of a comparable level. Okay. I will summon my bird once I get up there. Here they are. Summon my bird. Hello, Kuzo. Ordering your Chocobo. Once summoned to battle, your Chocobo will remain with you for 30 minutes, Earth time, or until he suffers injuries grievous enough to make him flee. To give your companion orders, use the commands located under Orders in the Actions and Traits user interface. To order a Chocobo to auto-attack, simply select Free Stance. You can dismiss your companion at any time by selecting the command Withdraw. You use another bunch of gisel greens to summon your steed again. Okay. Are you free stance now? There you go. Let's go. Don't stand in that Chocobo. Or do. I guess he died before it became a problem. Companion skills. As your Chocobo's rank increases, he will earn skill points. These points can be used to acquire new companion-specific actions and traits. There are 3 different skill trees you can choose for your Chocobo: Defender, Attacker, and Healer. When your Chocobo acquires his first skill from any of these trees, he will also learn that tree's stance. Activating the Defender stance will turn your Chocobo into a defensive-minded stalwart. The attacker stance will transform your Chocobo into offensive force. Finally, the healer stance will have your Chocobo focused on restoring your HP rather than participating in battle. How you choose to use your Chocobo skill points is entirely up to you, but remember, once an action and trait has been purchased, that purchase cannot be undone. Think about how you wish to use your Chocobo in battle and choose its path of progression wisely. Excuse me. Okay, one more you. Come on. I have an itchy nose today. Okay. Alright, Luke Willot, I did the thing. My Chocobo helped me kill 3 of them. So you successfully negotiated your first few battles with your Chocobo? Well done. Tell me, how did it feel? Was it not supremely reassuring fighting with your feathered companion? Your Chocobo can make up for your shortcomings or build upon your strengths. Indeed, there are countless ways the two of you might complement one another. Through experimentation, you will come to find the approach that serves you best. Before I forget, I have one last parting gift. A saddlebag for your Chocobo. Carrying Gisel greens about can be cumbersome after all, and there should be sufficient room for your personal belongings should their need arise. I pray it serves you well on your travels. You cannot access your Chocobo's saddlebag. The supplementary storage window can be accessed by selecting Chocobo saddlebag under character in the main menu. Chocobo saddlebag. A saddlebag for your Chocobo is now available. The spacious sack can be used as a supplement to your normal storage, with features allowing for the simple transfer of items between the saddlebag and your personal and retainer inventories. Your Chocobo companion does not need to be summoned to access the saddlebag, however. It cannot be opened while in an instance dungeon, so be sure to move items required on raids to your normal inventory before commencing the duty. The Order of the Twin Adder. Or the Adder's Nest. Or the Order of the Twin Adder. Hang out. You're the guy I need to talk to. We know far too little of the Sylphs to lay any worthwhile plans. We must call upon the Scions once more if we are to. Beg pardons. 'Tis a terrible habit of mine to think aloud. But tell me, what brings you to the Adder's Nest? I'm a Scion. I'm the newest Scion. Hail, adventurer, I bid you welcome to the Adder's Nest. Do you seek to entwine your destiny with the Twin Adder? Good evening, Commander. Sorry to disappoint you, but other business brings us here today. Ida and Papalimo. Always a pleasure to see the two of you. My men tell me you quest in the name of the Scions of late. Quite so, Commander. A little bird told us that the Twin Adder was in need of an adventuring prowess. Aye, your little bird sings true. No doubt you've heard that we're investigating the Sylphs, that curious beast tribe that calls the depths of the Twelve's Wood home. The Sylphs are, for the most part, a peaceful bunch, much to the delight of the elder Seed Seer, who has no desire to see her people embroiled in yet another fruitless war. The Twin Adder is one of the same mind, and 'tis precisely for this reason that the Sylph's relation to the primal Ramu has raised a flag of warning amongst our ranks. Friendly as they may appear, beastmen will be beastmen. Should there be even a sliver of a chance of that the summoning of a primal might disturb the balance between Gridania and the Sylphic tribes, it is a possibility we cannot ignore. Better to be safe than sorry, indeed. Do we strike out Ramu or leave the Sylphs to their own ways? That is the question, yet I find myself lacking ample knowledge to arrive at an answer. Opinions abound within Gridania, but to listen to only one's own is among the greatest mistakes a commander can make. I would hear from the other side, the Sylphs themselves, and seek an impartial party to serve as my liaison. That is where you Scions come in. The Sylphs of Little Solace remain untempered, and have held many a productive dialogue with our people. I would hear their candid thoughts on their tempered brethren. That said, I urge you to exercise due caution. Sylphic traditions and etiquette bear little resemblance to our own. It would not do to have any cross-cultural faux pas get in the way of a productive parley. En route to Little Solace, you will come upon the Hawthorne Hut. Our officer stationed there can enlighten you as to how to win the Sylph's favor. May your expedition be a worthwhile one. A friendly palaver with the Sylphs? This should be a pleasant enough diversion. The Hawthorne Hut, was it? Why, I believe the ferry departing from West Shore Pier should take us straight there. A friendly palaver indeed. I hope this will be as straightforward as you say, Papa Limo. Darling Midnight. Okay, that's what that said. Aye, the ferry docked at the base of this hill will carry you across the lake to the East Shroud. Once you're ashore, head due east and you should find yourself at the Hawthorne Hut without much trouble. Thank you. Ferry skipper. Do you skip ferries? Sweet Bloom Pier. I happen to be heading across the lake to Sweet Bloom Pier in the East Shroud. Yes. It didn't tell me how much that cost. Normally it's all like, it's gonna cost you 4 bajillion gil. Dismounting personal chocobos. While on a chocobo icon will appear in your status effect bar. You can dismount your chocobo at any time by right-clicking on this icon or by re-clicking the action you use to mount your steed. Use the chocobo whistle to summon your steed again. Emmeline. Indeed, I am Emmeline of the Twin Adder. I understand you're here to learn of the Sylphs, yes? For all their whimsy, they are a wary lot, particularly since the Empire has come to the Shroud. Earn their trust, however, and they're as friendly as any folk. They have their quirks, but so do we all, no? Would you know more, you'd do well to speak to the master of this hut, Rolf. He's forgotten more about the Sylphs than I'll ever know. Okay. Rolf. Chair. Rolf Hawthorne, patriarch of the barkeeping Hawthorne family, is said to be well versed in Sylphic customs. Come to learn a thing or two about the Sylphs, have you? I'll tell you one thing, they're a peculiar folk. How peculiar, you ask? Well, just let me tell you. Beg pardon, friend. My memory's just not what it used to be. I've seen much and more in my adventuring days, and it's all a clutter in me noggin now. Though I've shared my stories with those around the hut before. You might have more luck with them. Alright. Isabel. The Sylphs? Yes, Father's told me his stories plenty of times. What I've always found most captivating is how their concept of etiquette is almost completely alien to our own. You'd do best not to underestimate them on account of their childlike looks, lest your face end up a mess of glyphs, squiggles, and chocobo scratches. Teehee. Who else? Somebody back here? Somebody out here? You Monet? Is that how you say your name? You're back to back with this other person. The Sylphs, inveterate tricksters and troublemakers, that's what they are. One day they're drawing mortal faces on our masks, the next they're sending our young sentries falling to the bottom of a ravine. Tell them to stop and they just laugh at you. Rolf claims they harbor no ill will, but I dare say such pranks are no laughing matter. Blizzard? The quickest way to a quiver woman's heart might be through her stomach, but don't even think of trying to foist your foodstuff on a sylph. They sustain themselves simply by bathing in the sun, or so Rolf once told me. Okay. Hello, Rolf. Oh, of course. Hearing your stories, well, my stories, has brought the memories flooding back to me. I feel like dancing. Yes, nothing brings people together quite like a little toe tapping. A sylph told me long ago that dancing is a time-honored greeting among their kind. You do well to remember this. It just may help win the favor of our forest friends. Rolf Hawthorne would share further knowledge to assist you in befriending the Sylphs. Oh, still here, eh? Great. There's one more thing you should know about the Sylphs. They don't take kindly to guests who show up empty-handed. To earn their trust, you do well to bring along drought. What was it again? And my wife Rosa and I were just speaking of the matter not days ago. Forgive me, friend. Speak to Rosa at the comb, and her memory should prove more reliable than my own. Out this way I go. Rosa Hawthorne. A peace offering for the Sylphs. Were it anyone else, I'd recommend a jar of honey, but I fear that wouldn't get you past their front doorstep, dear. No, their taste runs more to the unusual. Are you perchance familiar with milkroot? That's what we call the root of that most fiendish seedkin, the ochu. When chewed, it exudes a cloudy liquid that is said to induce curious visions in the imbiber. You'd not catch me dead trying the stuff, but the Sylphs seem to enjoy it to no end. I've not seen an ochu around the comb in quite some time, but I did encounter a suspicious clump of grass the other day. Were you to stimulate it somehow with some of this amber syrup, for example, you might be surprised at what comes out. Good luck. Thanks. Oh, look at that. An ochu. Okay. Present the milk root to Rolf Hawthorne. Rolf, I got milk root. Ah, you're back. Was my wife able to direct you to a suitable offering? This. Milk root. But of course, those sylphs quaff at that cloudy stuff as quick as I do a flagon of mead. The effect's just about the same as well. Any road, a gift of milk root will have the sylphs calling you friend and sister the moment they lay eyes on it. Now let me wrap that up for you. I'm starting to feel a bit woozy. Rolf Hawthorne has gift wrapped your offering in preparation for your journey into the Sylphs Demesne? More words I don't know. I've taken the liberty of wrapping your milk root well and good. This should keep it nice and fresh, not to mention spare you from that god's awful stench. The sylphs love the stuff, but me, I'd rather bury my nose in Chocobo dung. I dare say the reek even rivals the breath of the morble that put an end to my adventuring days. But I can tell you that story another time. You've more important matters to attend to today, yes? The Sylphs are an eccentric bunch, but I've shared their company enough to know they're kind at heart. They'll not shun one whose intentions are true. May your parley be a fruitful one, friend, and do stop by on your return. There's a flagon of full flower mead with your name on it if you regale me with your adventuring tales. Ah, and before I forget, don't go traipsing off just yet. Emmeline here would have a word with you. Travel in safety, friend, and do pass along my regards to the winged ones. Emmeline, it's good to see your knowledge of Sylphic culture has matured. I see no reason to delay your mission any further. Upon your arrival at Little Solace, seek out a young sylph by the name of Cumuxio. He has served as an intermediary between our peoples on many an occasion, and has the close ear of his tribe's elder. I see that Hawthorne has furnished you with some of that malodorous root the sylphs so adore. I have something of far greater import for you to deliver, a missive from the Elder Seed Seer herself. To summarize the letter's contents in brief, it vouches for the integrity of our envoy, that would be you, and restates Gridania's desire to maintain a harmonious relationship with our long-standing friends of the forest. The war with the Ixal has taken a toll on our resources. We can ill afford to get mired in another conflict. I need not impress upon you any further importance of this mission. May the 12 see return with the good tidings. To the Sylphs. Cumuxio. I come bearing milk root. Walking one is not familiar to this one. This one does not trust strange walking ones. Strange dancing ones might be a different story, but this one expects no such thing. Walking one should go home and leave this one be. Well, I can dance for you. Well, that's a really interesting dance. I didn't expect that out of me. This one would welcome the walking one who moves like these ones. If walking one would do this one will answer. This one is a busy one, so walking one should speak with a quick tongue. Walking One would bring gift to this one. Walking One is most kind. Walking One brings milk root. Milk root fills this one with great joy. This one gives thanks. Gives many, many thanks. Walking One carries message from Elder One. This one will deliver the message to Elder One. Walking One should not worry. Hello there, we're envoys of Gridania, and we're here to treat with your people. Aye, we've come to pay our respects to your elder, and to learn from him more of your Lord Ramu. Who are these ones? These Walking Ones come from Gridania? Walking One became Dancing One and brought Milk Root, but Walking One tricks this one. This one does not like tricks. This one will speak no more. Elder One is busy. Walking One should go home. You messed it all up, guys. Go home, you say. But the Sylphs of Little Solace have always welcomed Gridanian envoys with open wings. The letter carried by Sienna here is an oath of peace penned by the Elder Seer herself. Still you would refuse us? This one's reasons are no business of Walking Ones. Elder One has no words for Gridania. Walking Ones waste everyone's time. Well, I never turned away at the gates. Whatever did we do to deserve such rude welcome? Well, you just kind of busted in here while I was making things right. Was Sienna's jig insufficiently jiggy? It was fine until you guys came along. Don't mock me or my dancing. I'm as baffled as you, but something tells me recent events have our erstwhile fluttery friends feeling uncommonly wary. It would seem we've no choice but to ask around and see how we might earn their trust. I had their trust. Y'all messed it up. Paralyzing potion, I guess. I'm not going to use it, but that's what I choose. Ida, what do you got for me? Ida has a notion on how one might earn the Sylph's trust. Say, Sienna, are you in the mood for dancing? That's right, dancing! You went through all that trouble to learn the Sylph's traditional greeting, but you've greeted hardly any of them. Why, if I were a Sylph, I'd be beside myself with delight to see an adventurer expressing interest in my culture. Me? Of course, I'd be happy to join. Ow! Ow! There goes my bloody leg cramps of mine acting up again. Of course. Alexia. Look at my little dance. Nice spinny spin for you. You like spinny spin? Oh, Walking One knows Jolly Dance. Jolly Dance fills this one with good cheer. Let these two be friends. One down, two to go. Amixia. Walking One would be friend to these ones. This one is overjoyed, but this one keeps the ways of weaving a secret. Even if Walking One learned the secret, Walking One could not weave in the same way. Well, I'm not looking to learn how to weave. That is a pretty nice weaving, though. You got there. Good work. Okay. Deluxia! Would you like to see a dance? Here, I'll get in front of you. Ah, Walking One is a friend of these ones. Friendly like gracious Elder One of Forest City. Knows how to dance into these ones' hearts. Report to Ida. Hello, Ida. I danced. Sienna, would you like to hear the good news or the better news? The good news is that your lovely dancing has brought smiles and high spirits to all of Little Solace. The better news? Why, I've thoroughly recovered from those accursed leg cramps. Onward to our next adventure. I trust you. As far as I can throw your leg cramps. Papalimo. Papalimo has a notion of how you might endear yourself to the Sylphs of Little Solace. I just did that. Sienna, as an adventurer, you're no stranger to helping distressed folk, I'd wager. Tales of good deeds are quick to spread. The adventurer who comes to the aid of the local populace can go from stranger to hero overnight. No doubt you see what I'm getting at. The Sylphs who make their home in Little Solace do so have been driven from their woodland home. Surely they have their fair share of troubles. Seek out troubled Sylphs and see what might be done to ease their worries. A sound plan, would you not say? That said, the Sylphs are not known to share their worries with outsiders. You would be better off inquiring with Hearer Imedia of the Gridanians who reside here. She is most like to be privy of the Sylphs' trouble. Alright. Imedia. How's it going? Praise be to the elementals. I cannot express how happy I am to see an adventurer with a truly gentle heart. The Sylphs of Little Solace are sorely in need of aid. Pray hear me out. Being a temporary settlement, Little Solace wants for amenities, not least a stout set of defenses. Consequently, beasts from mounds around are free to wander in and terrorize the hapless residents. I can read. The Ziz Gorland and Gaul gnats that roam these parts are especially troublesome, but slaying one of each should serve as a warning to the rest. Furthermore, perhaps you could gather 3 brownie bushes as well. They play an important role in Sylphic culture. I do not claim to know the details, and what with such feral beasts prowling in the forest, they are not easily come by. When you are done with the deed, seek out Umuxio. He is slow to warm to outsiders, but your good intentions will not be lost on him. My own experience speaks to this. That's the one that I was cool with, and then these guys messed it all up. Jerks. Okay, this is Gorlin. Come here. Wait, why did you both come here? Oh, is it because I'm high enough level that you are just like... Nah, you hurt somebody near me, so I'm going to hurt you. I forgot how high level I was relative to this area. Lemurs. Boring weevils. They're not very interesting, are they? Hey, Gullnat. Come here. There we go. All done. Comuxio, remember me? Dancing One is still here. Dancing One can dance all day. This one's trust is not so easily earned. Here. Those are brushed and they look like mushrooms. Dancing One brings brownie brushes for this one. This one can dye thread once more. This one is pleased. Dancing One kills Bitey Buzzy One. This one hates Bitey Buzzy One. Dancing One is kind. Too kind. Many walking ones come to these ones' abode, but few are friendly like Dancing One. Perhaps this one was wrong not to trust Dancing One after all. See guys, I cleaned up the mess. Now don't mess it up again. Comuxio of Little Solace would entrust you with a task. Ooh, a task. This one asks Dancing One for forgiveness. These ones have many troubles since Walking Ones last came to our abode. This one must be careful, always careful. But Dancing One is not like other Walking Ones. This one can trust Dancing One. This one would ask Dancing One for help. Strange Walking Ones with bodies of steel come to home of these ones. This one thinks steel ones come from Empire. Not wrong. Where Empire goes, many living ones become dead ones. Trees fall and bushes burn. These ones' home is in danger. Danger! I like that. Many living ones become dead ones. You're still not wrong. This one begs of Dancing One to help this one no more. Dancing One is friends with these ones and Walking Ones, yes. Dancing One must speak to these ones here and Walking Ones in Hut House and find out more. This one has bad feeling. This one fears Steel Ones are after something. But this one should speak no more. Go, Dancing One. This one depends on kindness of Dancing One. Well, bye, Kuzo. Okay, who am I talking to? Elixia. Strange steel walking ones? Yes, this one has seen. Steel walking ones carry big boxes. Maybe walking ones hunt for shiny treasure? This one likes treasure. Alright. No, I'm gonna go this way first. Nathoxio. Shush, shush, this one says. Steel walking ones are scary, like touched ones. This one hates scary, and scary ones have scary friends. Okie dokie. Sorry. Who am I talking to? Monet again. Men clad in strange armor. Why, now that you mention it, I did see some suspicious types of late. They were gathering deep in the forest. I simply assumed they were adventurers. Adventurers in Imperial armor. Checks out. Victor. Fearsome types clad in head to toe in steel, you say. Imperial soldiers, no doubt. I couldn't tell you what they're plotting, but I'm sure it's nothing good. Probably not. Stuck. Comuxio, I talked to everybody like you asked. This one is happy to see Dancing One return. What did Dancing One learn? The Empire is carrying boxes around. This one sees. Steel walking ones come from Empire. Carry boxes and go to walking deep through trees. As this one thought, steel walking ones are up to nasty, no good things. This one knows forests well. Steel walking ones try to hide, but this one will find them. This one would borrow Dancing One's map. This one makes a mark. right here. This is where steel ones hide. This one knows. Dancing one will go look for steel ones, yes? Sure will. How do you know they're there? I mean, I don't doubt you. I'm just curious. How far is this? Far enough for a moment. Okay, now you're gonna get caught up in this. Did I win? Seems like I won. Suspicious box. What's in the box? Comuxio. Dancing one is back. This one breathes a sigh of relief. This one was worried. Dancing one found something? Quartermaster's log. Dancing one found papers inside a box. This is a message from Empire. This one can read Walking One's symbols. Message paper has names of food and rocks. Food and rocks were inside boxes. This one knows. But this one does not understand. Food and rocks mentioned all come from home of these ones. How do steel walking ones know to find them? Is there a sneaky one hiding behind this one's wings? Snooping one selling secrets to the steel walking ones? Uh-oh. This one fears for this one's home. But Dancing One has helped this one much today. Dancing One must promise to always be friend to these ones. Sure will. A potion, I guess? Comuxio is pining for a wayward friend. Helpful One arrives at good times. This one needs Helpful One's help. One of these ones named Claxio ventured outside Little Solace alone. Alone is unsafe. Helpful One must find Claxio. Alright. Claxio struck west after leaving the settlement. Hurry before Claxio ends up in belly of a beastly one. Alright. Where are you? You're this way. Claxio! What? Walking One wants this one to return to Little Solace? Don't make this one laugh. This one is weary of living with those who are not these ones. This one wants to be alone. These ones rely on Walking Ones for everything. No better than those ones that summoned a Primal One. Small wonder this one chose to leave. This one thought this a likely place to build a home, but then Meddling One arrives, forces this one to go deeper into the forest. Meddling One is forbidden from following this one. Away with Meddling One. We made shit worse, dude. He ran further in. Or flew further in, rather. What? Claxio refused to return to these ones and went deeper into the forest? But this one saw touched ones lurking in the forest. Helpful one must hurry. Hurry and find Claxio. Helpful one should search for spools of thread on the forest floor. Those things will lead Helpful one to Claxio. But hurry. Hurry before touched ones take Claxio away. Alrighty. I'll go find him again. Oh, Claxio. I'm here to rescue you. Meddling one is back. This one told Meddling one to be gone. El Comuxio. This one will never go back. Never. Touched ones should go away too. This one is good one. Everyone should just leave this one alone. Be on guard, Sienna. These Sylphs have been tempered, brought under the thrall of the primal Ramu. Akin to the Amalja tempered by Ifrit, these Sylphs exist only to serve their deity. They'll not answer to words, only steal. I take no pleasure in this, but it must be done. Alrighty. Ooh, that was a lot of ice in one area. Oh, you guys got a friend back there. You're right there. There you go. Where are you going? Wimp. Get back here. I had him. This one is safe? This one was so scared. Claxio, this one has been worried. So very worried. Is Claxio unharmed? Still in possession of wits? Comuxio? And meddling one as well? Why are these two here? These two came to rescue Claxio. That Claxio is safe fills this one with joy. Comuxio, forgive this one. This one did not mean to run away from Little Solace. This one was just afraid. These ones who live at Little Solace were changing, becoming friendly with other ones. This one feared that these ones were forgetting who these ones are, like touched ones did. But this one was wrong. This one can see that now. Meddling, helpful one. This one is grateful. This one will return to Little Solace to be with Comuxio and friendly ones. Well, that should see to that. What say we return to Little Solace as well? I, for one, could do with a nice hot bath. And Little Solace? Hello, Comuxio. I keep changing how I pronounce your name. This one thought Cloxio was forever lost. Helpful One saved Cloxio. Now these ones can be family again. This one has known many walking ones, even many kind walking ones, but Helpful One is kindest and strongest of all. Helpful One is a hero to these ones. Helpful One will bring these ones and walking ones closer together. This one knows. This one would take Helpful One to see Elder One. But Elder One is... Why did my mount speed in Lenosia increase? Oh, and Thanalan as well. Cool. Well, that's nice. Anyway, you're gonna have to wait to figure out what happened to the other one until next time. I was hoping to get all the way through the Sylph line, but this has gone on a little longer than I anticipated. So we'll be wrapping it up next time. I will see you then.